Welcome to this presentation on attracting and recruiting the best GCC talent. The presentation is based on our extensive research across the GCC and aims to help employers to attract and recruit scarce talent. We are especially focused in the research on the recruitment of nationals, but the findings actually apply to any valuable resources, including expats. The pool of available talent is always small for any kind of valuable resource, and everybody is fishing in it. So we end up with salaries rising as organisations become more desperate, people moving between organisations more and more quickly as poaching increases, and those who train people becoming a source of resources for those who don't. So what can we do? Firstly, we can increase our share of the pool. We can work with other organisations to increase the overall size of the pool, or we can find a different pool. Now, we have practical evidence-based recommendations for all three strategies, but for this short presentation we'll focus on the first, increasing your share of a pool, which basically means using the right motivations and methods to attract more of the pool to you than to your competitors. So let's first look at motivations. This is what employers think are the main motivators for, in this example, young Qataris. But this is what young Qataris say. They're almost the opposite. So the good news if you're trying to attract young Qataris is that most employers are getting it wrong. So as a golden rule, if you want to attract any scarce resources, make sure you understand what the main motivations are. We carry out market surveys to understand these motivations in depth right across the GCC, and our results are always surprising and enlightening. With this information, we can help design the right messages to attract the people to your organisation, including the employee value proposition and the employee brand. Secondly, we have to use the right methods to reach out to our target market and to attract them to us. Once again, based on Qatar, most employers use the wrong methods. The most effective way of approaching Qataris, and indeed any GCC national, is through personal contact, and this probably applies to almost everybody. So based on our research, we've devised a highly effective approach to attract and recruit the best possible talent for you. Firstly, we treat the world as your talent, and I'll explain. If we look at how recruitment normally works, a vacancy occurs and we advertise or approach agencies to market the position. We found that only people who are very actively looking will bother to apply, so you only get to choose from less than 1% of the available talent. We propose a different approach, especially if you need regular supplies of similar types of talent, for example young nationals. We set up a comprehensive database, for example of all the suitably qualified graduates, and we carry out continuous research to add new people and to maintain the details for those on the database. We stay in touch with them by sending news, greetings and invitations to events and so on. So this database of talent becomes part of your wider network. The world is your talent. Then when you need to recruit, we first turn to your database of suitably qualified people and we approach them personally. So you decide who you want to actively attract. We don't passively expect people to come to us, we go to them. We continually build your database of potential talent, and we estimate that this way you get to choose on average from around 80% of the available market. So how do we target and approach the talent you need? First, we identify in depth the specific talent and its specific attributes, not simply what kind of degree, but what kind of background, personality and experience. And then we research to find out where these people can be found, in what kind of organisations, which locations, what kind of social groups, where do they hang out on the internet. Once we know who they are and where they are, then we do further research to find out their main motivations and aspirations, which we use to prepare your message to them. And finally, we find mutual contacts and we approach them through personal relationships. So that, in summary, is how you can increase your share of the pool. We also have research and recommendations on how to increase the pool itself and how to fish in a different pool, but for these you can access the link shown on the slide. So just to finish, Oxford Strategic Resourcing is part of the Oxford Strategic Consulting Group, specialising in the attraction and recruitment of the talent you need. For more information on our research and consulting services, please see the website. Thanks very much indeed, and we hope to help you soon.